Kings and queens, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Kay. Of course, this your girl Kayla, also known as Wood, your favorite life coach. Yep, you guessed it correct. And listen, I am super excited to be back with y'all. Welcome back to all of our members and to all of our new people that if it's your first time here, make sure you drop down in the comment section where you're from so I can say hey y'all, hey to y'all. But welcome. I hope you love it here. We just gonna kick it and talk. Nothing too major, just a little razzle dazzle type vibe, but we'll get into all that. But for this episode, for the month of August, I have been talking about the power of perspective. You got to see it differently, speak it differently, and show up differently, right? So for our first episode, we talked about chasing the dreams. And if you have not heard the episode, I recommend you go back and listen to it and then come back here. But if not, it's all cool because they all tie in together when we talk about this. For this episode, if I had to give a title to it, I would call it Eyes to See It. Eyes to See It. So, quick story. I remember being in elementary school. This was probably third grade for me. Yep. I remember my teacher, Miss Reed, shout outs to her. I love her so much. But I remember sitting in her classroom and she was writing something on the whiteboard in that black marker, you know how they do. And I could not see nothing. I saw it, but I didn't see it, right? And so from there, I told her, like, Miss Reed, I can't see what you writing. Like, can I move up closer? All that good jazz, right? And so even with me moving closer, I still could not see it. Kind of find out I needed glasses, so I've been wearing glasses since third grade, y'all. That's wild. That's really wild. But I could not see him. And like I said, even though I asked to move up, still couldn't see it. I had to get new lenses in order to see what I needed to see. So when I talk about eyes to see it, what lens are you looking through as it pertains to where you are in life, what goals you're trying to reach, and just in general, what lens are you looking through? A lot of times we can write the vision, but the vision isn't plain because we're still looking at it from old lenses. A lot of times I keep, I don't do it now. I'm bad at this. But when you go get glasses, they give you the little thing to wipe your glasses off with. I have a billion of them and I don't know where they are. You can't see clearly if you don't have nothing to wipe with. You can't see clearly if you don't have nothing to wipe with. You don't. How can you chase your dreams and you can't see? That's out here being foolish. That's a vibe that we do not want, y'all. So you gotta be out here goofy. Goofy is what it is. Don't be out here with your work undone, right? So in order to see it, again, you can't chase your dream if you can't see clearly. So what does that mean? A lot of times we find ourselves with so much clutter. A lot of times we accumulate so much over the years or through whatever process that we're going through, and we don't know how to get rid of stuff, right? And that stuff, it can become consuming, it can become overwhelming, and it blocks us from seeing exactly what it is that we need to see. And sometimes that thing can be right in front of our face and we still don't see it. Why? Because we got this thought going on over here, this thought going on over there. Something is happening in front of us. We all know that life be out here lifing and we don't know what to expect. But how can you focus if you can't see what's in front of you, right? So that's what I want to spend majority of our time talking about is really seeing it and how can we navigate seeing clearly. In order for us to see clearly, we got to know that our perspective it shapes our purpose. So I did this analogy one time, and I don't have, yes, I do. I have a little mic right here with me, right? And so on the front, it has words on it. And then on the side, it has some buttons. On the back, it has some more words. On the other side, some buttons. The mic part at the top, right? So depending on how I'm holding this mic will determine what you see. So if I'm holding it like this, you see buttons. If I hold it like this, you see words. If I hold it this way, you see something different, right? However you see your dreams or your vision will determine how you navigate through it. If I see that something isn't working in my favor, then I'm going to walk like it's not working in my favor. Your words have power. Okay? Your words have power. You have to speak different. If I see that things aren't working in my favor, but I start to think, even though it's not working out for me right now, I know that it'll change soon, or I'm hopeful that this will happen. I'm changing my perspective. I'm shifting the way that I see it. Sometimes we say that the good outweigh the bad, or you got to see the good in the bad. We really have to do that, because if we hone in on the things that are always negative or the things that are always not going our way, then it makes us, I feel like it's a chemical reaction in our body. I don't know what it would be or what you call it, but it's just like if I am surrounded by negativity, then somewhere down the line I'm gonna become negative. Or if I'm surrounded by people that's always laughing or have joy or peace, then that's gonna rub off on me, because I want to find what it is that you guys have, and not necessarily it's sticking out like that, but our habits, if we continue to do something long enough, it will become a part of our daily lives. So again, if I am always 24/7 staying around negative people, or if I'm always staying around positive people, then that has an effect on how I see my own self and how I see the situations that I'm going in. Again, our words have power, and what we speak, it makes a difference. So you have to know that as humans, we are powerful. I know a lot of people talk about manifestations and affirmations. I truly believe that, if you speak something into the atmosphere, then you will reap the benefits of what you speak. I heard somebody say this, and I can't remember exactly who said it, but shout outs to that person, even though I can't remember. But they was talking about the power of words, and just how we think about stuff. But it was just like, our words are so powerful that if I wake up in the morning and say I'm going to have a good day, then you're going to have a good day. A lot of times, they said something to this effect, that a lot of times we block ourselves from our own blessings because we speak bad about it, or we speak negative about it, or we don't see the positive impact or whatnot. But if somebody can come to you and say, I have something that I want to give you, and you just like, well, nobody never gives me anything, or whatever the case may be, then you have made up in your mind that I'm this type of person that nobody sees me worthy to receive something good. So you never receive anything good, because you're speaking over yourself, and you're speaking into the atmosphere that I am this person and nobody will choose me, or whatever the case is, to receive the good. And so you don't. But if you get up in the morning and you say that I am worthy to receive thousands of dollars, God, I am worthy. then you shall receive, right? So speak those things as though they were. If you want it, speak it and stay firm to it. But you have to change your perspective on how you see it. And when we talk about that, that ties into faith. So when we think about what faith is seeing what hasn't shown up yet. So faith takes a lot of work. It shouldn't take a lot of work, but to the natural person, it takes work. Why? Because again, like I stated in the past episode, self can get in the way and cause you to go downhill. It will keep you in the valley so bad you feel like you suffocated and there's no way up. No life jacket, no parachute, no plane, no nothing. It will have you feeling stuck. And so faith is seeing it before you see it. And what does that mean? That means seeing it differently. If you have the goal, if you have the vision, and you know that this is what you really want, then you have to walk in a posture of such. So if I know for a fact that I want to, this is random, but let's say that I wanted to open up a storefront to sell merchandise for my brand. If I truly believe that for myself, then I'm going to be like, God, I know that you have equipped me with everything that I need to make this storefront prosperous, and I believe that it's going to happen. Sooner than later, it's going to turn in my favor, right? That's what the song writer said. Shout out to them, even though I don't know them like that, but it's a good song. But you have to do that. And the more I start to speak about those things and to speak positivity about it, then it's bound to happen. I have to see it before I see it. No, I don't know all the people that will be lined up in the position to help me get to where I'm going, but I am trusting that it will work out. Faith and trust go hand in hand. You can't have faith without trust, and you can't have trust without faith. It's just two of those things that go hand in hand, and you have to believe it for yourself. You gotta know what lens you're gonna choose. For people that know me, I always say you're either gonna lean with it or you're gonna rock with it, but you have to choose a side. Are you gonna stick with your dirty lens, or are you gonna choose a lens that is clear so that you can see? What does choosing a clear lens look like? Choosing a clear lens means finding the people that will support what I want to do. Finding a clear lens means, or seeing through a clear lens means writing down what it is that I want to accomplish. Seeing through a clear lens means sticking to my gun, setting boundaries, not falling for everything that comes my way. Because again, this is a tricky part. Not falling for everything that comes your way. A lot of times some stuff will come across your desk, across your feet that looks good and dandy, but in the end, it can become a Ponzi scheme, and you out here done got sifted as wheat because you fell for the first thing. So seeing it through a different lens means asking God to give you the wisdom and the discernment to know this is what I need to take. This is the opportunity I need to go for. These are the people that I need to network and connect with. These are the people I need to stay away from. I shouldn't accept this offer less than this amount, or whatever the case is. Seeing it from a different lens means setting those things in order, prioritizing, getting your house in order. That's what seeing through a clear lens means. Getting your house in order, right? I want to ask you this question, and I want you to think about it. But what area in your life do you need to look at through a different lens? Whether it's relationships, whether it's career opportunities, whether it's a goal, whether it's even buying a new car, it can be something like that, or even figuring out what outfit to wear for your next occasion. What area of your life do you need to look at through a different lens? What has had you in a chokehold where you have tried to maneuver through and navigate through, but you feel stuck? What area is that? When you find out what area that is, start to take inventory of what have I been doing in this area that has caused me to stay stuck in this box. What have I compromised to be in this box? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to keep? And I promise you, once you start evaluating those things, then it will cause you to look at things differently. It will cause you to speak differently about things as well. But you have to take an inventory, do a checklist. I recommend doing it often. You have to do it often, because the more you check in with yourself, the more you become comfortable in who you are, the more you become more confident in who you are, and it helps you to stay grounded. A lot of times whichever way the wind blow, we gonna go with it. Why? Because we're always looking to chase the nets, or to hop on this bandwagon, or this is the thing that is in style now, and we just go for anything that comes our way. Again, when you look at life through a different lens, it allows you to become more aware of yourself. It also allows you to become more appreciative of what you have. There has been plenty of times to where here in Georgia, because I stay in Georgia, but plenty of times to where I see people that's going through things, and then I can go through something and I can feel like, man, the world was about to end on my behalf because I cut my finger on a knife, cutting an apple, or whatever the case is. And in my mind, that can be the worst thing that has happened to me. But on the flip side, I can scroll on social media, look at the news, and somebody's house burnt down. Nobody has no more, they don't have any clothing, no food, no nothing, no jackets, no nothing. And there are cases much more worse than mine. It allows you to be appreciative, because even though this incident happened to me, I didn't lose my life. I'm still alive to tell the story of how I got this cut. But this person, they have lost X, Y, and Z. So it allows you to be appreciative for where you are in life because you have it. It allows you to be more understanding with other people, because a lot of times we can go off on a tangent on people because they're not doing what we think they should be doing. Well, they're not programmed to be you. Only you are programmed to be you, and you have to walk in that, and you have to own it, from whichever lens you decide to choose. If you decide to keep your old dirty lens, or if you decide to get new ones, but you have to make that decision. How will I see this situation differently? How will I speak differently about this situation? And ultimately, how will I show up differently? Because if I want all these different things to change, that means I have to change as well. Changing means, won't the Lord make you clean inside? Hello? It starts from the inside out. So it's an inward work that has to be done so that it can show on the outside, right? So allow the Lord to work on you. It may not feel good by far, but I promise you it's worth it in the end. So just take that with you. Take it with you. So the reflection question, or the question again, is what area in your life do you need to look at from a different lens? Reevaluate, take your inventory list, see what's going on, see what's happening, and see what do you need to change in order for you to see clearly. And I promise you, you won't be mad or disappointed. It's definitely going to take time. It's going to take some work to really become disciplined in making sure that you're staying on your A game. But I promise, once you make those steps, you're going to thank yourself that you did, because it just make you feel good. I can't speak for everybody, but for all of my people that wear glasses out there, going throughout your day, you walking outside, you in the building at the office, so much dust, so much dirt can collect on your glasses that you don't even know it. It's because you out here living life thinking that you're doing everything well, and all this stuff is just attaching to you however it see fit, and you don't even know because you think that you see everything good. But over time, your glasses, they start to get a little blurry. You start to see things differently. Why? Because you have walked through, you have traveled through, you have been through all of this stuff, not even know it, because sometimes that clutter, it comes out of nowhere and we thinking everything is good, but you get all of this stuff on your lens and you take your glasses off and you be like, man, what did I just go through, or what happened? And so you go and you clean your glasses off with whatever you clean them with, and then boom, you start to see stuff clearly. That's just like life. We walk every day through this journey, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what we're going to encounter or what's going to happen. And some of this stuff can come in and it can make you dirty. It can make you look at things unclear. It can make you feel bad. It can cause all these different emotions, but until you take the time to take that lens, wipe it off, change that lens out, get a new prescription, because the old prescription won't work for where you're going. Again, the old prescription won't work for where you're going. You need a new prescription. You need new lenses. You can't see it the same way you saw the last one. Why? Because it's not going to work. You think that God is going to show up and bless you how he did the last time, but no, he's looking to do something far more greater than what you can expect. And you have to come with that expectation. God, I'm ready to receive it. I got my fresh lenses on. Give me a clear direction. Give me a clear path. Give me a clear perspective to see it differently than before. And you will be surprised how well and how clear you can see. My prayer, my wish for you is that you see clearly. That's what I got for y'all. I hope that you see clearly what God wants to do. Don't let self-doubt again set in and try to tear you down or discourage you from keep pushing forward. But know that it's going to work out. Start speaking over yourself. Speak positive things. I am going to do this. I am going to be this. I can do this. I can do that. Once you start doing that, allow your lens to be clear. And listen, you out here in the game. You can conquer anything you want to put your mind to, literally. So no, don't let anyone tell you that you can't. You get out here and you do the doggone thing. Period. I said what I said, and I meant it. So again, think about this week. What area of your life do you need to look at a different lens, and really challenge yourself, for real. Challenge yourself to take some steps to change those little things, and I promise you, you will be glad that you did. For real. That's all I got for y'all today. I thank y'all so much for tuning in for this episode of Kicking It with Kay. Listen, before I go, I always want to do some shout outs. I want to shout out to my big sis Keisha for allowing me to use her shop, Pretty Lux. If you like candles, body oils, room sprays, anything of that nature, make sure you hit up her website. Come down, make a candle or two. I promise you, you will love it. Check her out, Pretty Looks. I will put her information down in the description. Shout outs to media and production, Devin, Jackson, my bro for life. Shout outs to my closest friend, 1212 Music Inc. For all that you guys do. Shout outs to you guys as supporters for tuning in and listening to Kicking It with Kay. Also, I would love to hear from you guys. There is a link in the comment section. In the description. If you have a question or comment that you would like me to read live on the Kicking It with K podcast, fill out that form so I can read it and shout you out. I would love to do that and love to answer your questions. And it can be about a topic. It can be anything. Now, if it's anything inappropriate, it won't get read. Just know that much. But put your questions in there. I will pick them at random and read them on the show. Also, if you would love to be a sponsor for the Kicking It with K podcast, listen. Don't just like, but you can also give as well. If you would like to do so, hit my DMs and we can talk about it more. But kings and queens, thank y'all so much for coming in and kicking it with your girl. I hope that you start to see life from a different lens, from a different perspective. Again, the power of perspective is real. Once you change the way you see things, you become unstoppable. You become a force to be reckoned with. You got to see it differently. You got to speak it differently. And you got to show up differently. Once you see it and speak it differently, you'll start to show up differently. So take that with you. But until next time, we out.